Spiritually Unapologetic Podcast. I am Darrell.
And this is Reese. The subject matter of today's podcast is, are you still going to church? We attended a non-denominational church for 20 plus years. We didn't know nothing. We didn't know who we are. We didn't know our culture, our language. We didn't know nothing. And my opinion is that these pastors, these charlatans, these overseers, these gatekeepers, that they know the truth of the Bible. But they were given what? Money and prestige and power to deceive their own people. Just like all of the churches that you see right now, all the people that you see on TV, they fake because they're not going to tell you the truth. A friend of the world is an enemy of Yah. Most High God says, see, draw nigh to me, and I'll draw near to you. So you have to read the book for yourself. Church and modern day Christianity are of the devil, and all of these other religions, they are of the devil because they all are made to get you off of the truth of the Bible. You have to read and read and read again. Forget what you learned. Forget what your mama told you. Forget what grandma told you. Forget what your auntie told you.
Definitely. And there's so many times that you've been exposed or the truth has been dangling right in front of your face about these churches. If anyone have seen the latest version of Birth of the Nation, when they show you how they took the slave that can read the Bible, gave him certain specific verses to teach you for obedience, to teach you, to give you your own word, your own history. That's why you connected with it. But they used it in manipulation to keep you asleep, to keep you in servitude.
Ezekiel 22:26. Her priests have violated my Torah and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbath, and I am profaned among them.
These churches now, they stress over and over again why you should come worship with them on Sunday. One of their main talking points that I've heard over the years is Pentecost, that they like to say happened on the first day of the week. True, that did happen. But they always leave out a very, very important fact, that on the Sabbath, everyone rested. On the Sabbath, the people kept it holy.
All praises, yeah. Like you said, you got to read again. People, they think they can read the Bible one time. You know, they like a scholar or something. You got to read it and read it and read it again and pray for discernment. Why? Because the Most High unlocks your brain at certain times in your maturity in the truth.
All praises.
You can't think you know everything and read it one time. Or you've been locked into a certain religion, locked in Christianity, you've been locked in Islam, you've been locked in all these other fake religions.
Yeah, I seen someone at my employment today wearing a shirt that said, not a rapper, not an entertainer, not an athlete, but an entrepreneur. It instantly sparked my mind to come out with a shirt that says, not a Christian, not an Islamic, not a Muslim, but I'm a Yahudim. I'm a true Israelite descendant.
All praises. Yeah, Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. We got to come out of all these traditions of men. We got to come out of the pagan holidays. I know your mama ain't going to like it. Your mama ain't going to like it when she don't get no gift. Your mama, your woman, your wife, they ain't going to like it. But if you want to be part of the set it apart crew, the set it apart people, you got to come out of that. You got to come out of what you were taught and come into the truth of the Bible.
The truth will always set you free. The truth may not be easy, but the truth is the truth. Like he said, They might not get gifts. Lay up your treasures in heaven, so you must not be dazzled by this world, because it will pass away.
Also says in the book, you make the word of God of no effect through your traditions of men. Traditions of men are all of your pagan holidays: Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day. My challenge to you, listeners, is if you look up all of these on YouTube and on the internet, and you'll find that they most of them worship another deity.
And they all are usually or closely mirrored to the true holy days. So it's a direct mockery and a slap in the face to your creator to celebrate these pagan holidays.
All praises for the revelation. In direct opposition, Christianity in direct opposition of the Most High. You think you're doing something because they playing the organ and you flipping and back dancing and somebody waving a fan over you because you quote unquote caught the Ruach, quote unquote caught the Holy Ghost? No. In direct opposition. Number one, they teaching on a black Sabbath, which is Sunday. The seventh day of the week is Saturday. Friday sundown. Sundown constitutes the end of a day. So 24 hours is what? Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is what the Most High say that you have to give to him in reverence to him. But they got you doing what? They got you celebrating that black Sabbath on Sunday. Number two, tithing. Tithing was never meant for money. Number three, celebrating all these pagan holidays. How can you have a 60-foot Christmas tree, serve pork, and giving presents at the front door and say this is the house of God when it's in direct opposition to him? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you want to say something about communion and got the cracker with the grape juice in it, and we know that's mocking what? Passover.
Just wicked. Just so wicked.
Yeah, it's wicked, man. These churches, they trying to send you to hell in a handbasket. I watched the video, and the person or the pastor shall remain unnamed. Watching his video, him and his whole family, they got some type of feast, a Babylonian feast, because they got a whole lobster right at the table, and they eating and munching on it. But we already know what Leviticus say: the clean and unclean animals and sea creatures that you can eat and can't eat. But they teach the exact opposite. These people on TV are fake. You in love with them because they tickle your ear. They're not bringing anything biblical. That's why the Most High God in 2020, he did what? He paused everything so people can seek him with their whole mind, heart, and soul. And that's what happened to me. He unlocked my brain and put the idea in my head to read the book for myself. And I read it for myself, and I could not believe what was in there. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about going to church every Sunday. That's not going to save you. That is how the Israelite faith was taught to you. And he wasn't hung on a cross. It's 3 scriptures that tell you that he was hung on a tree. And what do with slavery? They hung you on a tree. They knew who you were. We don't know who we are.
And it's that plain. If you would take your time and just read your basic instructions before leaving Earth, you would get so much understanding when the Ruach hits you, the Holy Spirit. But you must start there. And I don't want to hear that it's the Old Testament and the New Testament. It's one book.
Like it's 2 books or something. Oh, you in the Old Testament. No, it's not 2 books. It's 1 book. And guess what? The law's not done away with, like these Babylonian Christians talk about. And guess what? The law is in the New Testament. Read it for yourself. Pastor Porkchop ain't got to tell you. With his $1,000 suit on and his $1,000 gators, siphoning the money from the poorest community while he drives away in what? A Benz or any other foreign car. And he's living in a what? Affluent neighborhood. While you, soon as you turn the corner, you got crime scene tape in your neighborhood. We gotta wake up to these lies, man. These people don't care nothing about you. They done already aligned themselves with the devil. They already knew. Somebody done catered them and gave them the bag, and they gave them the propaganda to do what? Deceive you and deceive their own people. And they don't care. But now we waking up to the truth. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. And they telling you all these lies. Ask yourself a question. The church, mega church or local church that you've been to and through, what has changed in your life? That's just the bottom line.
Crack that book open.
4 chapters a day. You don't have to read a lot, and start at Genesis. Work your way to Revelation. Again, 4 chapters a day.
And then once you do that, it may take you some time, but just remember, that was the basic. Then you gotta go to the Apocrypha. Then you gotta find the lost books. Then you gotta find Jasher. You gotta find Enoch. You gotta get all the meat of his holy word.
All praises, because if they took out 120 some odd books out of the Bible, that means what? That means somebody don't want you to know. That's why the Bible, it seems like, oh, it's hard to read, it's this and that. Yeah, because the Bible, the King James Version mentions, isn't this written in the book of Jasher? Isn't this written in the book of Enoch? It tells you that, but we too busy trying to get our knowledge from a charlatan on Sunday who's raking in the prophets at the end of the sermon.
A motivational sermon that got you emotionally tickled. And you thought that you were really doing something for the Most High. You're just doing it for your own sinful self. Come up out of her, my people, for you take parts of her plagues, her sins. Don't get discarded by the Most High.
All praises. They doing it for what? Filthy lucre's sake. Read the whole book of Titus, and Titus will let you know the requirements of a teacher. And guess what? They are going to get it and get it from the Most High first, because they know better. They're held to a higher standard than we are.
Exactly. It's just sad that, because all in all, this is the Most High's movie. This is heaven's movie.
You got to come out of Babylon. You got to come out the stuff you like to do, that's your God. Whatever you do the most, that's your God. You play video games all the time, that's your God. You chasing after chicks all the time, that's your God. You chasing after men all the time, that's your God. You doing anything outside of what it says in that book, like he said, basic instructions before leaving earth, that's your God. That's your idol. No matter what you think, no matter what you say, get in the book and get out of your feelings and get right before you get left. Because his time, the day of the Lord is coming soon.
Yes, and all y'all that be at funerals or, be saying, I can't wait to see my loved ones again. But, hey, you may do see him again. It's just not going to be in the place you thought you were going to see him at. It might be a little hot for you. But you may see him again. It's just going to be a little hot now.
I'm glad you said so, man. I am sick and tired of being at these funerals, of these so-called Christians. We got to put death in its biblical perspective. What it say? It's appointed man wants to die. And it says what? From dust you came and dust you shall return. You hollering and wailing over a shell. The spirit powers the body. Once that spirit leaves, that's nothing but a carcass. And you talking about you know dang gone well that the person didn't live to what they said they was living at. Or they wasn't living like that as period. One trying to honor God, period. And you talking about we'll see you again, you get a t-shirt with wings on it for what? You don't even know. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, we'll see you again. They resting up with so-and-so. Yeah, like he said. They resting up. But you might have to put some shorts on where you go.
All praise to the Most High.
Yeah, man. We so far behind. We so far behind of what we're supposed to be at. The Most High is waking up. The more we wake up, the more jeopardy and tribulation it's gonna be for Yasha Allah. We got to wake up. We gotta wake up. That's why we made this podcast. We're trying to wake up our people. We put it on the level that our people can understand. That's why we spiritually unapologetic. We don't care about your fake religions. All of them. All religions, including modern day Christianity, are faker than a $9 bill.
Facts.
Read that book. Read it for yourself. You can put on your fuzzy slippers on Christmas. You can put on and drink eggnog and put your Satan Claus hat on and put Nimrod's, you know what, in the middle of your house, up under with the gifts up under there and everything. It ain't got nothing to do with Christ. Period.
At all. And then don't come telling me we celebrating the day, but we know it's not his birthday. Because what are you talking about? Do you celebrate another day for your birthday? How about that? Let's talk about that one.
How about that? My birthday, June 28th. Well, let's celebrate on the 29th. That'd be better. No, that's not the day I was born on. What are you doing? That's the same way we got to give the Most High his respect. We don't know the actual date of his birthday, but we know it wasn't then. It was in what? The spring. It wasn't on Christmas. Well, the whole world celebrates. I don't care what that's the problem. The world celebrates all of that. Even people that don't believe in the Most High in any shape, way, or fashion, they do what? And it all promotes what? It promotes gluttony and drunkardness. That's what these holy days promote.
And sexual impurity.
Oh, sexual immorality too. That's all it promotes. Especially on your Babylonian New Year's when you're finding a random partner. Don't nobody want to hear that. That's a whole nother podcast topic. We're gonna have to work on that another time. But yeah, y'all, when you're teaching your kids, you bring your kids up in Babylonian pagan behavior. You're dyeing eggs. Do you know the origin? Let's start finding out the origin of this stuff. The Most High God unlocked me and Darrell's brain to find out what's what. You're teaching your kids to do what? Demonic foolery. Oh, it's trunk or treat. Like I said, you put lipstick on a pig. You just got pig with lipstick on. It ain't no better. These churches call it trunk or treat, Hallows Eve, whatever they want to call it. We don't dress them up. Guess what? You're still celebrating on the same day. Guess what the Satanists said? They loving it. They're getting more power when you do that.
Yup. And all you want to put all these candles on your cake and make a wish. Who you wishing to? Have you ever sat back and thought, who are you wishing to? Is it a genie out here? Are you rubbing a magic lamp? You need to ask yourself. Because the Most High Yah don't grant wishes. That's not what he's about.
Not at all. Not at all. I say you have not because you ask not. And guess what? We probably ask in the midst because we asking for garbage anyway. Which what we need to ask for is what? Discernment. Ask to be increased in the faith and for discernment of them scripts. You don't need to be asking for no house, no husband. You need to get right as a woman before you get a husband. Get right in the scriptures. Get right with God. And then that godly man is going to find you.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna find them in a mega church when they celebrating the pagan holiday Valentine's Day, and they disguise it and turn it into something else and have a dance or a meeting. See, we gotta wake up. That's that deception, man. We sitting up in there for 20 years, and ain't nobody made a move to nothing. Once we got in the truth, we start trying to wake our people up.
And what Valentine's Day teach you? That you're gonna give up your precious self for some chocolate and some flowers. That's what you're valuing yourself at?
And a rare lobster dinner too. You forgot to throw that in there.
Oh yeah. You gotta go get your sea roaches and your abominable things that's crawling on the bottom of the ocean, eating poop and and you want to throw some butter and on it and slop it all up while you breaking a leg open, a whole leg. God bless you.
But who told you that though? Who own these big companies? Like you said, the book that you refuse to read, the Most High has an ecosystem. All these sea roaches and bottom feeders, they eat all of the pollution and trash because their bodies he made their bodies for that. They eat all the pollution and trash to keep the sea clean. But y'all overeating an abomination with butter with a $30 price tag. And you don't even know it. Because guess what? Your oppressor did what? He burned your eyes out or beat you within an inch of your life because you started to read. Now, Nat Turner is one who was taught by the movie depiction. He was taught by a white woman. He read the book. And guess what he did? You already know what he did. I ain't got to say it. But your oppressor has taught you so much stuff. He taught you to hate yourself. He taught you to hate your Negroid features. He wrote a book called the Willie Lynch. It was the Willie Lynch book. To hate yourself. He taught the stuff you do now, the dozens and all that. He taught you that. He taught you to hate your hair, your skin color, your Negroid features. He taught you to hate yourself. And you got still people talking about the same stuff to this day in 2023.
Yo, and you still hating yourself. You ain't got so bad that you mutilate your whole body now. The women are carving themselves up, cutting themselves up, putting all type of toxins and forms of pollution in their body. For what? Now you looking like a damn Dow that doesn't move. Looking like a Dow, like a damn Edomite creation, a mannequin, and you think that's what beauty? You done fried your hair so much that the Most High gave you alopecia, and now people want to get mad and have their husbands slap and punch people for what you done to yourself, for your sinful nation. You must come out of her, my people.
Come out of her, my people. Revelation 18:4, if you don't know what that is. Come out of her. When we say come out of her, and when the books say come out of her, you got to come out of her. Come out of whatever you do the most is your God. You got to come out of those TV shows, the ones all y'all watch. You got to come out of her. The video games, all the video games you play and play for hours and hours. You got to come out. We don't even know our speech. We got to come out of that. It say we got to come out of that. We got to come out of that. We got to stop talking. We got to talk different. We got to talk how the Most High say. We got to walk how He say. We got to walk in love. We got to do all of the stuff that He says do in the book. It's just that simple. Basic instructions before leaving earth. We got to look at what it says between Genesis and Revelation. Nothing more, nothing less. We celebrate holy days instead of helly days. because we don't have that much time left. And he told you what? He said the blood is going to be up to the horse's bridle.
And we gonna do it. We're gonna keep what the Most High said. We're gonna keep the 10, and we're gonna believe in His Son coming to redeem us. We must serve Him and worship Him in spirit and truth. And the truth is, the law is not done away with. He didn't send His Son here for you to do it. He didn't send Him for you to give you a sin license. That's not what the grace is for.
I just seen a Babylonian, and you knew it was an Edomite, video on YouTube. I couldn't even watch it all. He had a whole gator skint. Whole body was skint except for the head and the feet. And he put lemons and seafood seasoning on it. I know ain't no Bible in your house. If you're gonna eat a whole lizard, kill him on a grill, y'all will eat any damn thing. And then you wonder why, I'm sick in this. Yeah, you know why? Because you eating exactly what they told you not to eat. I remember, me and my wife, we in our city downtown. We in the meat market. I see a lady. She has a respirator, a breathing machine on, but she's in the what? The pork aisle. What are you doing? That's why people dying at 50, dying at 55. 60 years old, 50, 60 years old, looking like you 70. Mm-hmm. Because you're eating that flesh, that forbidden flesh.
Yep.
You can't talking about I'm a Christian and all this. Yeah, you know what you are, because there's no work behind Christianity. You are a Christian. Because you can do whatever you want Friday and Saturday, which is the Shabbat. You come in on the Black Sabbath, Sunday, and catch the Holy Ghost and do a flip and fall out and knock other people, fall on other people. And then you can leave at 1:30 and go to your favorite restaurant and get, like you said, that bucket of red chitlins. And then go to your doctor Tuesday morning and talk about you don't feel good. Like he said, it's just that simple. It's so simple, it's hard.
Exactly.
Hey, don't get mad at us. We nobody. We just somebody who he woke up at the Most High. You can take it or leave it. We're just trying to tell you what's real, what's in that book, our experience, and what's real.
You're going to have a rude awakening when you meet the true Most High and the Creator of all, the Ancient of Days.
Ancient of Days, the root of David, Abba Nawa Yahweh, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Lord of Hosts, Alpha and Omega. Shalom.